Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and being a producer of Wrestle Massacre as well as Inside Movies Galore, I am David Strege, and welcome to Delusions of Grandeur. Enjoy the reviews. I certainly did.
Okay, Dave, that's it. Screw you and your college flunkies. I've had enough of this from you and from everyone else. I know what you guys are trying to do. Break me down, drive me out of the force. Well, it's going to take a hell of a lot more than a lame prank like this to get Curtis Mooney to throw in his badge, so fuck you. Over.
Did you miss me? I guess not.
So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Delusions of Grandeur. I am about to go into an episode of What's in My Room, as these are my pickup videos, and I have a lot to get to. So I'm not sure how much I'll do in this particular video, but I am definitely going to try to do the best that I can. So the first thing that I wanted to show you was from the Criterion Collection, due to the government giving me my stimulus check. This is one of the things that I opted out to buy because I couldn't afford it before. And I wanted it, even though it's Blu-ray. It is the Godzilla Showa era collection. And apparently this is where all the discs are. And then it's got all this artwork in between. Sort of. I'm just gonna turn pages here. And it kind of goes through each film and tells a little bit of the film's history and all that jazz. So on here are 15 Kaiju classics. It says it's got Godzilla, but it also has Gojira on here, I believe. So Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and Gojira. Then it's got Godzilla Raids Again, King Kong versus Godzilla, Mothra versus Godzilla, Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster. Godzilla was directed by Ishiro Honda in 1954. Godzilla Raids Again was directed by Motoyoshi Oda in 1955. King Kong vs. Godzilla was directed by Ishiro Honda and Thomas Montgomery in 1963. Mothra vs. Godzilla, Ishiro Honda, 1964. Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster, was Ishiro Honda, 1964. Invasion of the Aster Monster, Ishiro Honda, filmed in 1965. Ebirah, Horror of the Deep, by director Jun Fukudora, Fukuda, 1966, Son of Godzilla by John Fukuda. 1967. We've got Destroy All Monsters, directed by Ishiro Honda. In 1968, All Monsters Attack by director Ishiro Honda. In 1969, Godzilla vs. Hedorah with by director Yoshimitsu Bane or Bano. In 1971, Godzilla vs. Gigan by director Jun Fukuda. In 1972, Godzilla vs. Megalon by director Jun Fukuda. In 1973, Godzilla vs. Megalodon, or versus Mechagodzilla, by director Jun Fukuda in 1974, and Terror of Mechagodzilla by director Ishiro Hondo. 1975. So those are all part of the Showa era. And I might as well show you these. I didn't pick up recently, but I picked these up both at Walmart separately, but they're sold as one complete set now. So this is the first volume, and then this is the second volume. And on this first volume, we have Godzilla and Mothra, the battle for Earth, Godzilla versus Ghidorah, Godzilla versus Destroya, Godzilla versus Space Godzilla, Rebirth of Mothra, and the Rebirth of Mothra 2. And we've got 1992, 1991, 1995, 1994, 1996, and 1997, all by the by those. Let's see, and then of course on here we have Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, Godzilla 2000, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2, Godzilla versus Megaguirus, Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah Giant Monsters All-Out Attack, Godzilla Final Wars, and Godzilla Tokyo SOS. So these were put together as one set eventually. But there's a Blu-ray out there of Rebirth of Mothra 1, 2, and 3. So I hope that one day they put the Rebirth of Mothra 3 on something separate from that, because that's just insane. But in any case, so yeah. Next, I have from the Criterion Collection this set right here. Right now, it's worth about $300 to $500, and it's called Zatoichi the Blind Swordsman, and it is both Blu-ray and DVD, that kind of a set. So the first thing I have here is a beautiful artwork book of the history of the films, and it's rather quite thick. So yeah. There it is. There's the artwork for that. It's kind of cool. But let me pull this thing out here. Here is the set. And then of course, they kind of pull out, and you've got the DVDs in one and the Blu-ray in the other. So it's kind of like a pull-out thing each time. Just kind of how it goes. And I'll just show you because it pulls out each time. Here's the next one. That pulls out. Next one, this one pulls out. And I know there was one that I did not pull out, but just so you know, it does pull out. Now, I may not entirely like the way that this is set up, because obviously on the paper in the back here, it could scratch the back of these discs. But yeah, that is Blu-ray and DVD, just so you know. So we have, and there's the artwork on that side, and the other side, the bottom, the top. It's kind of elaborate. I love it. Love the box set so far. And I've watched about 1, 2, and almost 3 of them so far, but I'll have to rewatch them because they are kind of difficult to watch. So there we have that Criterion collection of that particular thing. Now, Zatoichi, the Blind Swordsman, that has about 25 films in it, but there are 27 films, I believe. So here was the last film of Zatoichi. This one is actually directed by Shintaro Katsu, who plays him all throughout all of those films. There is not a film that is in the Zatoichi film collection that is played by anyone else but Shintaro Katsu. So that is something that I think that, whereas Britain has its James Bond collection, and so on and so forth. So this one was directed, written, and starring Shintaro Katsu. It's called Zatoichi the Blind Swordsman, and it says darkness is his ally. And then next I have this film. It's directed by Takeshi Kitano, and it's called The Blind Swordsman Zatoichi. And it's a totally different actor who is blonde, and he plays him. And supposedly Takeshi Kitano also directs this Sonatine, that is a bonus film or feature that is part of this 2-disc set here. So there I have those two entirely. Next, for $14.99, I ended up, let's see if I can find it. So I ended up getting 3 seasons of Murder, She Wrote, since I already had the first season around here somewhere. I ended up getting the season 2, 3, and 4 for $14.99 on eBay, which wasn't too bad. So now I have 4 seasons of Murder, She Wrote. I still want to get the rest of the series, but I I at least have the first 4 seasons of that. Now, this next little bout will start my puppy dog. Oh wait, before I get any further into more stuff. So, this is also Criterion. I picked up the Complete Lady Snowblood collection, which has Lady Snowblood, filmed in 1973, and then we have Lady Snowblood Love Song of Vengeance, filmed in 1974, by director Toshiya Fujita. And I'm a little bit into the story. I mean, we have a kind of a Snow Whitish kind of a story. In fact, she is kind of like the Japanese version of Snow White, where she is kind of an assassin that was designed since her birth to enact a certain vengeance on the people that had done her family wrong. So, apparently her mom had slept around with all the different prison guards after she was jailed for some reason, but she was also the witness to the murder of her lover and the product of a rape. Regardless, so it was definitely an intense story to listen to, at least those beginning pieces. And so I do plan on eventually checking the rest of those films out. Next I have forgive me for eating. So the first film I have here is we got Steve Guttenberg, Curtis Armstrong, and Billy Zane in The Gold Retrievers. The perfect summer for 12-year-old Josh Peters and his dog Bosco is threatened when Hector Billy Zane opens a mega store in town and Josh's family faces being uprooted in foreclosure. Still, hope rebounds and the summer offers one last adventure as a mischievous Bosco uncovers a mysterious golden medallion with clues leading to a fabled conquistador treasure. Josh, Bosco, and newcomer Anna James set out to overcome a booby-trapped maze of woods and ancient curses as they simultaneously attempt to outrun and outwit 2 treasure-hunting hoodlums. Wade, played by Steven Guttenberg, and the Professor, played by Curtis Armstrong. At the end of the rainbow, however, the friends learn that all that glitters really is not gold, and friendship is truly the greatest treasure of all. So there we have The Gold Retrievers. Let's see. So next I have... Apparently my fiance didn't want these films because she didn't know why she had them to begin with. I think she liked them at first because they were cute, but she didn't want to keep them, so I decided to take up with them. So Robert Vince is the director of both of these Disney films. I believe that they kind of somewhat follow in the line of the Buddies films, and I actually happen to have the Buddies films here, as well as Airbud. Well, most of them. I think the only one I don't have here is Super Buddies. So here I have Treasure Buddies. Next I have Spooky Buddies. with the lenticular cover. Then I have Santa Buddies, which kind of goes hand in hand with the Santa Claus movies. Then I have Space Buddies, Snow Buddies, Air Buddies, the original Air Buddies, and of course the original Airbud. The original Airbud was directed by Charles Martin Smith. Air Buddies was directed by Robert Vince. Robert Vince did the Air Buddies. Vince did the Space Buddies. He did the Santa Buddies. He did the Spooky Buddies. He did the Treasure Buddies. So, yes, he had something to do with the Santa Claus films, for sure. I think they should have been underneath the the Air Buddies films, to be honest. More like the Santa Buddies trilogy, The Legend of Santa Claus, and then of course you've got The Search for Santa Claus and Santa Claus 2, The Santa Pups. So that is the trilogy of the. That's like the Santa Claus trilogy of puppy movies. But in any ways, I think that's all that I'll do for today. At least in this video, I want to spread the things out because I have a lot of products that I have picked up. So, in any case, thank you for listening. Have a great day, evening, and morning wherever you are. I've enjoyed showing you what I've gotten or picked up. So, thank you ahead of time. Appreciate your time spent here on the page. Let me know down in the comments what exactly you have picked up lately, and tell me what you think of what I think this is an interesting video mixed with puppies and samurai and kaiju monsters. In any case, thank you so much. Have a great day, evening, and morning wherever you are. Appreciate your time spent here on the page. Thank you so much.
Here's a choice of food and drink to satisfy anyone and everyone. You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment. Something to please all tastes and age groups. It's 7 minutes till showtime.
Over there.
Over where?
Over there.
Over here?
No, over there.
Over there.
The warehouse is in danger. The goodies we must save. All officers report at once. The situation's grave. Go get 'em, boys. For goodness sake. The culprits must be stopped. We'll make the scene with our siren. Your soda pop is pop. Aha! The guilty ones are trapped. We've now performed our mission. But the climax isn't kept until we have an intermission.
It's 6 minutes till showtime.
Martin Music Center carries a complete line of the finest musical instruments and supplies. Exclusive dealer for Hammond, Cable, and Melloid grand organs and pianos. Let Russ Parrish, manager, or Earl Nicola show you the beautiful new models of Hammond organs. Class instruction by the talented teaching staff makes learning easy and fun. So for all of your musical needs, visit Martin's Music Center, 537 North Columbus Street.
It's 5 minutes till showtime. Enjoy your evening to the fullest. How about some snowy, crisp, and crunchy popcorn? That's a fine way to relax. Just sit and munch contentedly while you enjoy the show. Bring enough popcorn back for the whole family. Everyone likes popcorn. And now, Mom and Dad want a cup of good, satisfying coffee. That's the kind we serve, full of flavor and satisfaction.
Folks, it's really delicious, and we know you'll enjoy it, too. At our refreshment stand, you'll find these pizza pies, freshly baked to your order. Make sure you get yours and enjoy it now.
It's 4 minutes till showtime. What's your pleasure, sir or madam, and all you kiddies too? Sandwiches, freshly made from quality ingredients, soft drinks, cool, tangy, and refreshing. A hot dog? There you are, tender, juicy, done to a turn with some fixins. Hamburgers, ma'am? Just the way you like 'em, meaty, moist, and broiled to perfection. Soft drinks, kiddies? Take your choice, cold, tingly with flavor, all your favorite soft drinks for your selection. Something to eat for everyone, soft drinks to make your evening complete. Delicious, fresh, and satisfying to help your entertainment reach the peak of family fun. It's 3 minutes till showtime.
Ice cream bars. It's the handy way to enjoy smooth, rich, creamy ice cream. Get some.
Yes, sir. The hot dogs at our concession stand do rate an appreciative whistle.
It's 2 minutes till showtime.
Yes, there's an air about hot coffee that's hard to resist. Full-bodied, refreshing hot coffee makes any time a pleasant interlude. Won't you have some now?
It's 1 minute till showtime.
Please remember to replace the speaker on the post when you leave the theater.
Settle back now, content, comfortable, well-fed, and ready for some fine entertainment. Is everybody happy? Then let's go. It's showtime.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Delusions of Grandeur. I'm your host, David Streggy, and here I'm going to go on about another episode of What's in My Room. And here I have an assortment of films and TV series that I have picked up. More so TV series because there's a lot of Japanese animation and Americanized animation that I have not gone through and shown as of yet. So I figured I'd go on about them. So pardon my my interruption here. I am hungry, so I am going to eat a couple of bites of the sandwich and then continue. Alrighty. So the first thing that I have is for about $30. I actually picked up this really nice set of Sailor Moon stuff, and it's up until evidently it is kind of the real thing. But not really. It is a really well made set of seasons 1 through 4, and then the first 3 movies of Sailor Moon. So I'm just gonna show you kind of what they look like. So this is the first season, and let me show you the shininess of the discs. The artwork on here is extravagant. So, and they were factory pressed. They weren't just well, at least they feel like they're factory pressed. But they were done really well, so much that I feel like they have kind of a gloss over them that may not have been on them if they weren't. I mean, you can tell that it wasn't done at home. So, but you can definitely tell the quality was transferred like something like that from like VHS or something like that, because it does have that kind of a quality when you're watching it. So, as you can see, there's shininess there too. So, it does look like it actually might have come from an actual store. So this was the season 2, supposedly. And then, of course, this says it's Sailor Moon S, and Usagi and her friends would have enjoyed the peaceful rest since their last battle, but they've been studying for their high school entrance exams. Unbeknownst to them, the evil Professor Tomo and Kaoru Knight are plotting to conquer the world by harnessing a mysterious power found only in pure hearts. Dreams of a first kiss or honest feelings of love and admiration make innocent people targets for their sinister plan. As the sailor soldiers fight to stop the professor's deadly minions from stealing heart crystals, they are aided by 2 mysterious warriors who have their own motives. Can they all set aside their differences to prevent a world catastrophe from occurring? So this is Sailor Moon S, and these all say the original uncut version. So I wonder if when these were put to disc in reality, the uncut versions were not particularly put onto disc. Maybe certain things were cut and edited or whatnot. But here we go again with the artwork. This one has 4 discs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one is called Sailor Moon Super S Pegasus Complete Collection. This one says, Chibi dreams of a beautiful and mysterious Pegasus that becomes her friend. Suddenly, the Dead Moon Circus arrives in town, and the Amazon trio emerges as the newest group of villains to threaten the Earth. Sailor Moon's battle against them goes badly until the Pegasus gives Chibi Moon the Super Sailor Chibi Moon power. Meanwhile, Artemis and Luna are in for a surprise when Diana arrives, their daughter from the future. Pegasus sacrifices his freedom and the golden crystal to save Mini Moon's life. But just as everyone begins to fear that Queen Nehelenia has won, the Queen is betrayed. Sailor Moon attempts to use the power of the golden crystal, but that's not enough. Will Mini Moon's idea defeat Nehelenia? And even if it does, can Sailor Moon and Mini Moon avoid being trapped on the Dark Moon? So, 975 minutes. That's the Sailor Moon Super S. And then, of course, this one says it's the uncut special edition of Sailor Moon, the movie collection. So, this just says it's Sailor Moon movie 1, 2, and 3. But, as you can see, it's definitely a mind-boggling set. Next, I did pick up some. These series are from my buddy Brandon, otherwise known as Septum Sin versus the World. So a big shout out to you. So this set right here is called KO Beast, and it has 3 volumes in the set. So we have this first one says Password to Treasure, and this has 3 episodes, I guess. And this is from the Right Stuff International. This one says Darn Strikes Back. And this one says The Clash of the Djinns. So, KO Beast, volumes 1, 2, and 3. Gonna check this out eventually. And this is an anime series, so never sure what to expect. Let's see. The next thing I wanted to show should have been in the previous video, but apparently there was a movie that was directed by, in fact, I believe it was directed by Kazuo Mori, and it's called The Blind Menace, and it stars Shintaro Katsu. Before Shintaro Katsu played the legendary blind swordsman Zatoichi, he played Zuganoichi A blind court masseur with a dark side. An outcast since birth, he learned at a young age that the only way to get ahead was to take advantage of others. Now an expert con artist with a heart of coal, Suganoichi is on a vile quest for power, and everyone else will suffer along the way. So this is the film that inspired the Zatoichi series. But it also still stars Shintaro Katsu way before he took up the legendary swordsman that we aforementioned spoke of. So there we have the Blind Menace. Next, I have a birthday series that I just started watching not too long ago. And this is the complete collection of When They Cry. Evidently, these were in volumes 1 and 2 at one point in time. But thanks to Septum Synth versus the World, this was an awesome birthday present. So I thank you so much for getting this to me. And I mean, it's confusing because it's a slice of life kind of a series, but it's entertaining and it supposedly shocked Japan when it was on. So it is an intriguing storyline. So I'll continue that line of whatever. But next I have the entire complete series of Air. So I've got it in volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this was put out by ADV Films. And I'm not sure what exactly it's about, but it looks like it's about elves or something of that nature. But it's animated and it looks kind of cool. So definitely going to check this series out. I did pick that up from Septum Sin versus the World. He was getting rid of some stuff to make room for some stuff. So I love that my collection is a little bit of everyone that I've come across. Now, this is a series that I had picked up on my own before I started getting back into anime again. This is the Death Note series. This is the complete series, and I picked this up for like $14.99. It's Shonen Jump's Death Note series, and it's what started the whole process. And I'm going to check this out eventually again. I know it's about a dreamer of sorts, and should be interesting and entertaining once I get around to rewatching this. I started to watch it some time ago, and I just need to get back to doing that. Next, I have a bootleg. I know it's a bootleg because it's not on anything else, and plus it's got that paper thing. You can tell it was done at home, but it does say that it says. It looks like it's got a USB or one of those. It says it's from Real Vault, but it's from 1934, and it's supposedly a film called The Ninth Guest. Now, apparently, this film was directed by, I think it was a screenplay by Bruce Manning, Gwen Bristow, Garnett Weston, and Owen Davis. And supposedly, it held elements that were used in the film, and then there were none. So, this film stars Donald Cook and Genevieve Tobin from the play by Owen Davis, based on the book by Glenn Bristow and Bruce Manning. And it was a Columbia Pictures And it was directed by Roy William Neal. So, there we go. And the tagline is, their hostess was a specter. Their host was a specter. Their hostess a disaster. So, that was entertaining to watch. Okay, so here's another film that I know that the group has, the Inside Movies Galore crew has gone on about, but I have not shown my steelbook of Akira, and this is my steelbook of this particular film. It's got a little booklet in there, and so on and so forth. So it's got 2 discs. It's the special edition version of this movie. Eventually, I wouldn't mind upgrading it to the Blu-ray DVD combo pack, but this is the way that I have it. So this is Akira. Saw it at the same time that I saw another film. So next, I picked this up from Big Lots not too long ago. It's called Iceman the Time Traveler. And it looks like it's directed by, well, it's hard to see who directed it, but it has Donnie Yen in it, and I like Donnie Yen in a lot of shit. Hwang John Kien. Raymond Yip. Raymond Yip is the director. So, during the Ming Dynasty, a palace guard, Yin, played by Donnie Yen, is buried and frozen in time by an avalanche during a fierce battle. Brought back to life in the present day, Ying embarks on a quest for the only thing that can correct the wrongs of history, the Golden Wheel of Time. Ying sets out on his dangerous journey, never knowing every step he takes is leading him closer to a deadly trap. So there we have Iceman, the Time Traveler. So, I'm going to check that out eventually. So next I have Cross and Rogers' Witch's Night Out. And I picked this up at the Dollar Tree. Evidently, this is a family special for the first time on DVD. It contains 10 bonus Halloween cartoons, but this is a fully animated cartoon starring Gilda Radner as the witch. And the bonus cartoons in here are Casper the Friendly Ghost. There's Good Booze Tonight, the Friendly Ghost, and Boo Moon. Felix the Cat in Skulls and Skulls. Hoppity Hooper in Ghost, Space Angel, the Ghost Crystal Mace, Popeye the Sailor with spooky man with spooky swabs, New Three Stooges with Mummy's Boys, and Meanie, Miny, and Mo for House of Magic. It's a spooky surprise when a witch's magic wand falls into the wrong hands in this nostalgic Halloween special. A treat for the whole family, this magical animated adventure returns to you just in time to celebrate this spectacular season. When a witch hears of a party being held at her haunted mansion, she decides to bring on the fun by showing off her magical tricks and turning the kids into whatever they want to be for Halloween. However, when her wand disappears, the town is turned upside down. So there we have The Witch's Night Out. Next I have Leading Ladies in 6 Great Films. This was also at the Dollar Tree. I have Jane Eyre starring Susanna York and directed by Delbert Mann with starring George C. Scott. The Strange Loves of Martha Ivers, directed by Louis Milestone. Patterns, which is directed by Fielder Cook. The Magic Sword, which is directed by Bert I. Gordon. Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina, which is directed by Julian de Vivier. And William Shakespeare's As You Like It, which is directed by Paul Zinner, or Sinner. I might have, I have the Magic Sword somewhere, and I might have had Jane Eyre somewhere, burned or copied, but I know I've got the Magic Sword somewhere. I think I'll keep it, keep my copy of the Magic Sword because of the artwork. Now, this film, The King of Masks, was directed by Wu Tianming, and it was produced by the Shaw Brothers. It's called The King of Masks, and I saw this in the Oriental Theater with a mentor of mine that was awarded to me by the state by the name of Brian Flynn. And I saw it when it came out. I know I did. When I saw it, it was the first Chinese film that I saw in subtitles. So there we have it, The King of Masks, where a young girl grows up to be the protege of an aging mask maker. So I thought it was entertaining, and rewatching it was a blast. So definitely seeing it from the past was definitely entertaining. Okay, so speaking of Kaiju stuff, so along the lines of Godzilla and stuff and stuff like that is Gappa, the Triphibian monsters. And this was a film that was ran for about 90 minutes long, and it was interesting. I'm not sure exactly. Oh, 1967 was the year, and it was directed by Haruyasu Noguchi, with some digital director of special effects by Akira Watanabe. So there we have it, Gappa, the Triphibian monsters, and there are 3 of them. Honestly, it just you know what I think about that movie is if that group hadn't have fucked with those monsters in those caves and brought back the baby for scientific, experimentation, the mommy and daddy would not have come anywhere near us or near the Japanese culture. But they decided they wanted to fuck with things and study it, take it away from its natural habitat, not knowing who the fuck or what the fuck might care about it. It had parents, so just returning it to them would have been the natural thing. So, you know what? If our country ever ended up doing something of that nature, like bringing something unknown back to the States to study it or whatnot, then you know what? If something bad or wrong happens to this country because we did something of that extreme nature, fuck them. I say let people die. If you're gonna learn from a situation, at least watch the Godzilla movies and learn from them. How stupid can you be? In any case, the next series I have not checked out yet, and I'm not sure what years they are from, but I ended up winning this a series called Noir, and evidently it's of 2 La Femme Nikita-like looking animations, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking this animated series out. So let me know. I think that's all that I'm going to go on about. I like the artwork on the box. I don't know about you, but it's got 7 discs. Shades of Darkness, The Hit List, A firing chamber, death warrant, terminal velocity, cloaks and daggers, and the end of the matter. That's what it says on each of the discs. So Noir is the name of that particular series. Next, okay. Next, I have several of these animated series that I bought for like $8.99 a piece or $12.99 a piece, and with shipping and handling. So the first series I wanted to go on about was this series. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there are 3 discs in it. Didn't come with a case or anything, assholes. So it makes me think that it's they are homemade discs with homemade prints. So Azumanga the manga Dio. Azumanga Dio the manga. Interested in checking this animation out. I was told about that series from Septum Sin versus the World. So on a recommendation, he sent me that link, and I ended up buying it. And it turns out that it didn't come with any cases or whatnot. So I'll have to create cases later or something of that nature. Next, I have a Devil Woman, the series, and this also is got 3 discs. Didn't come with cases, so I'm gonna check that out too. A Woman. I realized there was, after realizing that there was an OVA series of Devilman, I looked up and there was a series called Devil Woman, so I decided to check that out. Next, I have, this looks like it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 disc series called Red Garden. And I'm not sure if you can see the disc. Maybe I can pull it out real fast. Red Garden. And that's disc 1 of the series. So I'm gonna check those out. This one, I'm told good luck on, because evidently it wasn't well liked or whatnot. But that was another one that didn't come with cases or whatnot. But I'm gonna check that. So Red Garden and Devil Woman, the complete series, and this was Azumanga Daioh, the manga. So, gonna check those series out eventually. And I think that's all that I'm gonna go on about today. So, thank you so much. Let me know down in the comments if you have seen anything from what I've shown you at any given point in time. Remember, these are recent pickups within the last month or so. I have not been going on because things have been rather slow here during the pandemic. And I've just been buying up left and right whenever I get paid. Might as well divide and conquer, if you know what I mean. But in any case, hopefully you enjoy my describing of these items, and maybe you have something like it in your collection. I don't know. But thank you so much. Have a great day, evening, or morning, wherever you are. I appreciate your time spent here on the page. Thank you so much. Come back anytime. I'll have more to show you anytime, anywhere.
You were good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see?